Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a sit down, which is different from anything that I normally do. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Vongai. I hope you stick around and join the family. So today I'm going to be talking about how to start your health journey or get back on track, which is basically what I've been doing. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of steps, tips that I take to basically get back on track, which are also applicable if you're starting your health journey for the first time. For me, this is a 3-step process kind of, which involves training your mind, the actual working out part, as well as your diet. I feel like all those things come together when it comes to getting healthy and getting into shape. First of all, when it comes to transforming your body, you really have to want it. You really have to have a strong reason why you want to do this, because there are days you won't want to do it, and that why is what's gonna keep you motivated. You're like, I have this goal, I don't know, weight, physique, just being healthy, you know, whatever it is, like you just need to have a very strong reason, or you really need to be motivated to get certain goals to carry you through that. So decide that for yourself and just literally just engrave it in your mind, like keep it in your mind, because you're really gonna need it. Like write it down somewhere, I don't know, just decide, not in an unhealthy way, but in a way that literally keeps you motivated when you don't feel like it, because it's such a long process, and for you to make it a habit will require a lot of discipline, because eventually you won't have to think twice about it. Like you wake up, you don't go for a jog, or you don't go to the gym, you feel like your day is not complete, you feel like you haven't done what you had to do. But when you start, it's not like that. It's new to your body, it's new to your routine and your lifestyle, and you really have to make an effort to get up and go and do those things. Hang on to that, you need to keep the promises you've made to yourself and show up for yourself on the days that you really do not want to. You have to put yourself first in these situations. You need to know that, okay, what you want is bigger than what you feel in the moment. And the thing with falling off is that it starts as one day and one excuse or one bad meal, and then it kind of just goes downhill from there, and you basically never recover from it, basically, or you recover 6 months down the line and you have to start all over again, which is basically, like I said, what I have to do. I just stopped going one day, and one day turned into 2 months, and it's not cute, and now I have to work really hard just to get back into it, basically. Third tip I have for training your mind is to not overthink the process. If you overwhelm yourself, it's going to be much harder for you to achieve the goal if it seems so big, because you're just going to be like, okay, how am I going to do this? So just take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. Basically break up everything that you want to achieve. For example, be like, this week, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times. Start with the 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. If you try and go for 7 days, it's gonna seem like it's such a big goal for you, and chances are you're gonna burn out by the end of the week. So just try to keep that in mind as well. Try to make it much smaller, more digestible for you. This is your first time having a health journey or getting into fitness. You have to keep that in mind, and basically just make it less daunting, because it is really scary to start something like that. So one of the main goals is to fall in love with the process and really make it part of your daily routine, or just your lifestyle in general. And I don't advise anyone to just go straight into it, to wake up I'm gonna go work out today. Maybe you'll manage to go today, but tomorrow you hit a brick wall, you don't know what you're gonna do. So what I'm basically trying to say is, do your research, sit down, decide what your routine is gonna be, decide what your diet is gonna look like, so that diet and fitness or working out go hand in hand. So I feel like you do ample research and just know that you're in the right headspace and you're prepared to go. But like I said before, don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you might not go at all. So just do enough research to sustain, let's just say, a week, just to get you through the first weeks, that you know what you're getting yourself into. You kind of see what works for you and what doesn't. It might take some time to figure out what your routine is going to look like. You might think you can manage one thing, you try it out and it's not for you, and you basically have to try something completely different, which is completely normal. It's a trial and error thing until you find what really suits you. You need to create a routine that is sustainable for you, that works with your schedule, that kind of thing. And also, you don't have to work out for 3 hours at a time. Obviously, go to the gym, you get in there, people were there, you leave, they're still there. Literally focus on yourself. You can do a HIIT workout, you can do so much in such a short space of time. Do what works for you, and your schedule basically, and you'll see yourself getting like really good results that way. And you find yourself probably being more consistent as well if you're just focusing on what works best for you. Way to move on to diet, which I think for me might be the hardest thing, because you're fighting cravings, you're fighting patterns, you're fighting what you've grown up eating, or whatever you're used to, and it requires a lot of discipline, which also does tie into like training your mind as well. But yeah, I feel like if you do struggle with like sticking to certain like meal plan or anything like that, first of all, when you go grocery shopping, avoid buying the snacks, avoid keeping those things that will make you basically stumble in your house. Don't be like, okay, when I have cheat days, maybe buy the things on the cheat day, but then don't keep them around you, because I don't know, maybe at night you're hungry, you're gonna snack, all of that, which is not ideal basically. And also maybe consider meal prepping. If you have a busy schedule and you're someone who, for example, is used to ordering out, that might be a way out, so that you don't have to make up that excuse, okay, I need to buy out because I'm busy, I can't cook. If you meal prep, cook your meals at the start of the week when you're probably less busy, then you're less likely going to like buy out or like snack or just eat a healthy food in general. The other thing is that a lot of people do struggle with coming up with what to eat. They don't know what to eat for their desired weight goals. Again, the internet has ample resources to help you decide that. Currently, I want to add more proteins, cut down on my carbs, and I looked up different things that I can eat, because I'm like, okay, I want this, but I don't know what to cook because I'm used to eating X, Y, and Z. So looking up those things, writing down a list that aligns with your meals. Obviously, you can tailor them to suit your taste buds, but yeah, basically that's what I've decided to do. Like, I found different recipes on Pinterest. Pinterest is your best friend, guys. Like, just go there. It will literally help you so much. Basically know what you want. I write down a grocery list, I stick to it, and I get exactly the things that will work with my diet. And I found myself cooking more, enjoying my meals more, because I'm literally just cooking what I want, what I like, and you can still create so much variety even though you've got certain weight goals. The third thing is that some unhealthy eating habits are linked to something else. For example, stress eating when you're bored. If you take out, obviously there's not an easy step, it's obviously easier said than done, but if you remove the thing that makes you eat in certain situations or deal with those things, you're less likely going to overindulge, as well as maybe finding substitutes for those things. For example, I have a sweet tooth. Finding substitutes for things that are sweet but still healthy, or things that do satisfy my sugar craving in any shape or form. But I do try to not keep sweet things in my environment, because if I'm craving something at night, if I don't have chocolate, I can't buy it at night. By the next morning, the craving is gone, it's done, it's over. Like, that's that. I just had to get through an evening and it is over. The other thing is that if you eat when you're bored, keep yourself busy, find something to do, because I used to be guilty of that. I'm bored, I'm gonna eat, and that is not good for you. So I just think that finding substitutes for those things would also help. Stress eating, that is a conversation on stress, and I cannot help you with that. But yeah, basically dealing with the root cause of things would really like help eliminate a lot of your problems when it comes to unhealthy eating habits. So staying away from things that are going to make you stumble, make you mess up your entire routine. So buying out, delete the food delivery apps altogether, because sometimes, I don't know if you guys have ever had this situation where, I don't know, there's a notification that comes in, there's a deal there, there's a deal there, they have this, like, they want you to buy their food. That is the goal. The third thing is gym, fitness, getting mobile, which I think is probably the scariest thing for a lot of people, and I know it was for me. When I started going to the gym, I did go with someone else for a long time until I got comfortable, and that is my first step. Going with someone who's either comfortable in the gym, or if you're both beginners, if you go together, it's less scary. When you go to the gym, you assume everyone is looking at you until you're in the gym and you realize that everyone's actually just self-centered and focusing on their own fitness, basically. But when you start, you might be worried about your form or like how to do certain workouts, and going with someone does help. A second tip is maybe starting at home or in your room. If you start doing at-home workouts, you start to feel more confident already, and then you can then shift to the gym. It's basically a different level. So you start at home, then go to the gym, more weights, more, or if you want to do weights, I don't know, if you want to do cardio, all of that, like using machines is also like really scary for a lot of people. So yeah, maybe home workouts, going for jogs, like that kind of thing, starting off in your own comfort zone until you feel like confident enough to go to the gym. If you're a person who's decided to go down the gym route, if you have a day that you can't go to the gym, just try to be mobile, even at home, do some stretches, like, I don't know, do 20 squats just to keep your body going so that you don't fall out of that routine. Obviously, if you know for sure you're gonna go the next day, fine, but I know, for example, I can easily fall off. Like one day is enough to make me not go back sometimes when, for example, I have a very busy schedule, I've got exams, I don't know, stuff is just happening, like one day will throw me off. But just keeping your body mobile, even if it's for like 5-10 minutes, just to remind us that we're on a health journey, might be enough to, like, you know, keep you going. There's so many resources on the internet now that allow us to like know how to use gym equipment without someone actually telling us, like in person, in terms of like a trainer. So use videos, go on Pinterest, make Pinterest boards. I know I have one strictly for fitness, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do in the gym. I don't have a routine. I want to start something new, but I have no idea where to start. Go on YouTube, go on Pinterest, do your research. You'll literally find 1,000,000,001 routines. You'll literally be so overwhelmed when it comes to that. So I think that's a really good place to start as well. When it comes to like your mental headspace in regards to the gym, like you just need to be aware that progress is not going to happen overnight. It might take months. I know you see on the internet, get this in 1 week, get that in 2 weeks. It does not work like that. It takes time. There are days you're going to be demotivated and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing results, but literally they will come eventually. You literally just have to keep your head in the game. Basically, just remember that eventually it will pay off. It doesn't just pay off, it's probably gonna burn and hurt, and you're probably gonna hate it at the start, but eventually you'll, like, you know, you'll grow to like it some more. It's not as horrible. You might start to enjoy the pain even. You might, you know, feel more fulfilled even after having a very intense workout and like your whole body stings. But I'm not trying to discourage you, by the way. It's not that bad, I promise. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. I hope you guys found this helpful, or you can get 1 or 2 tips from it to help you start your health journey. And I'll see you guys in my next